Welcome to the whatever.
The Ride or Die Podcast.
Yeah.
Say it.
The Ride or Die Podcast.
What is up, sweetheart? The date is July 10th, 2022. Quote of the day. This actually just came on my phone like 14 minutes ago. It says, "To be trusted is a greater compliment than being loved." And that is so true. I want to talk to you. There's a couple things I want to talk to you about. One, I'm very proud of you. Some random lady came out of the gas station after you went and bought some drinks and stuff. And she's like, "You have one of the most polite daughter I've ever met." She told the counter person, like, "Have a good day." She just said a lot of really good things about you. And it really made me really happy. But I kind of want to talk to you about the universe. And the universe does weird things. And it all comes back to, honestly, how you think. So, I don't know. I know you knew what this is. Is a ex-girlfriend gave it to me, and this is probably like the coolest gift I've ever got. Hands down, the coolest gift I've ever got. It's so simple, and I Cerakoted it. But what is in here is two messages. One message is from my ex-girlfriend. I only keep it in there because it reminds me to stay positive. The second message, she had you right, and you basically just tell me you love me to the moon and back. So I've had this on my keychain for a long time. But the other day I lost it in Dickinson, and I was pissed. Honestly, I felt like how my uncle felt when he lost his wedding ring. Like I was just overwhelmed. Besides the two messages in there, I also have, there's $100 stuck in here and I can't open this anymore. But the other thing in there, I have a prayer for you and another person and a prayer for me. And I always, every time I got sad or got distracted or got something, I'd always grab it because it was a good reminder. And I think having reminders like this is good, but after I lost it, I realized it wasn't necessary for me to have it. And now that I found it, and that's the crazy thing. Like I lost it in Dickinson, but I found it in my street in Fargo. So did I just lose it before I left to Dickinson, or did the universe throw it to me? Because I was really bummed for a couple hours that I didn't have this anymore. Super bummed. But now I can't even, it's so smashed and crumpled. And anybody that's listening to this on like regular podcasts, which I think I'm going to stop doing the whole podcast thing and just go straight YouTube. But we'll see. But yeah, I can't even open it anymore, and I don't want to try to cut it because I don't want to lose the messages in there because they're dear to my heart. For whatever reason, there was always three things I could never get rid of. I thought one was a rosary, and I actually gave that away to someone I thought that probably needed it more than me at the time. This was one of them, and the other one is our photo booth album. Like I could lose everything else, and I always thought as long as I had those three things, that would be good. But I lost this, and then losing it made me realize that having objects as reminders is nice, but it's not necessary. Because I don't need this to know I need to be positive. I don't need this to know that you love me to the moon and back. I don't need this to remind me to pray for people. But it's always good to have. So thoughts on that? If you have something that you like to keep around to remind you of something or someone, do it. But if you lose it, just remind yourself, this ain't what makes you special. It's the thoughts that went into it, and it's the thoughts in your head. This is just an object. It can be, you can lose it, and it's no big deal. And I wanted to show you this video. That's kind of why I'm kind of want to do a little less podcasting and just more straight YouTube. Let me switch this over to this. I was on the bike today, and I got a GoPro Max, and I'm planning on doing some trips with the bike, so I was testing it out, and I caught some cool footage. Let's see. Let's switch this over. Let's hit cut. Oh, I'm going to put me in the little corner. Okay. So I'm on the bike, just cruising around 13th and just chilling. And as you see here, the camera's just going in. It was a gorgeous day out, hot but gorgeous. But here's this little bike rider here, just thugging, just tattooed up, whatever. I'm like, what? And he just popping some wheelies. Oh, I loved it. That dude was cool. Like, so what I want to talk to you about this. I'll close this up. Let me stop. I'll finish the video. He's gonna take off and. Dirt bikes are so cool. I want to get you one, and I want to get me one, and we're gonna learn how to pop some wheelies. And I'll wait till it's done. There's like 4 more seconds. There he goes. Peace out, dude. Oh man, but that's fun. So that guy, I wouldn't hang out with, right? He's clearly not my type of person. Actually, not a lot of people my type of person. But my thing is, why I'm telling you this, that gentleman also rides motorcycles. And my big thing is, like, especially with guns and motorcycles and everyday things that people do, and even jiu-jitsu, it doesn't matter how you ride or what you ride or whatever, or with guns, it doesn't matter what brand you have, or jiu-jitsu, it doesn't matter what style you have, as long as you're doing it, because that's a community. Like, motorcyclists, we're all communities. And I just don't like it when I hear people complain and bitch like, oh, he had a bright pink crotch rocket, he looked like an idiot. I'm like, why? I was just talking to this guy on my dad's bike ride about it. I'm like, what does it matter? He's riding. I love to see people ride. I want more people to ride. I want you to ride. I definitely want you to ride. I hope you do ride when you get older, but it's just one of those things that it doesn't matter the style. It matters that they're doing it. And you can't be mad about that. You can't. And your dad rides like an idiot. I got some more footage of me just going. And I'm actually planning on starting another YouTube channel just with the adventures and all the stuff that I'm going to be doing here in the next couple months and years. But it was really cool. It was super cool. And I just want you to know, when you're doing stuff, like, what can I get an example of? Well, your art. That might be good. So you're doing your art and stuff like that, and then you see someone else doing art, and you kind of don't like the way you do it. Don't bash it. Appreciate it for what it is. Because they're on the same path as you. Or video games. Just because they like one video game and you don't bash it. Just appreciate that they're into the same thing as you are, just different. Just like motorcyclists. I'm a Harley dude, and that guy's on a dirt bike. Like, I don't care he's on a dirt bike. Pop some wheelies, dude. I wanted to switch bikes and see if I could do it, but I would have got hurt. But it don't matter. Just appreciate that people are doing things that are adventurous. It doesn't have to be exactly positive, because him doing wheelies on 13th here in Fargo, that's not exactly positive, but it's cool because he's trying stuff, and I'll fist bump anybody that's trying stuff, that does anything that just fills the soul and fills the heart, man. I saw that, and I'm like, the fact that I had my GoPro out and all that stuff and learning how to do it, I'm like, that is dope. That is dope. I was so happy for that. Oh man, what else? I got such a mess here. But yeah, that's kind of the basic of this this podcast right here. Is, who cares what people are doing? Just cheer them on. Cheer on anybody that is actually trying to do something and have fun that doesn't hurt other people. I just can't stand it when people bash other people's creativity and enjoyment that's pumping up their adrenaline or making them think or stuff like that. Like, especially like motorcyclists. And, now I'm just drawing a blank. But there's more to life than partying and drinking and whatever everybody does. Like, I see people, especially over the 4th of July weekend, it's just a big drunk mess. And I'm not much of a drinker. Yeah, I like to go out. I like to celebrate. I don't like to just go party. I'm a celebrator. When I drink, I'm celebrating something for the most part. Or it's not an everyday thing. I want you to go out and do stuff. I really hope you do. I know your generation is probably a lot different than my generation or the generation after me or the generation before me. But this is why I constantly try, get you off your iPad and we'll go for a hike or go for a walk or take Broly out or give you something. Life is all about finding that stuff that just reaches your soul. And, in between that, you got your everyday real life stuff. You got work. And then you got your weekends. Well, what are you going to do on your weekends? Are you going to build something for your life? Or are you just going to go party it away? Think about that. I want people in my life that are going to help me build an empire. And that empire is my life. I don't have to leave anything behind besides my happiness and my thoughts that I'm going to give to you. That's a big thing about this podcast that I do and the YouTube channel. I want to show you that I'm doing stuff. I can commit to something, even know that sometimes this is super hard. And I've got a lot of heat for this. I've got a lot of heat for this podcast. It's talking to you. And right away, the podcast started off originally for you. And then it got into some dumb stuff. And then finally, I was like, this is stupid. Like, I don't care who listens to it. I'm going to talk straight to you. And that's what actually got me to continue doing this in the way I do, is because I want to leave something special behind for you. I want to be that unique dad, since honestly, I don't feel like a dad sometimes. Because you cry every time you leave. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart so much. That's why I got to do more than the average dad that doesn't get to see their kid. I have to. It's just the way I am. And I'm going to commit to this for the rest of my life. Until you take it over. Well, sweetheart, that's all I got to say. I love you so much. Never forget that. And I'm very proud of you. When you get older and wherever you at in life, when you watch this or listen to this, just know that life is mostly about finding the stuff that feeds your soul. The stuff that makes you genuinely happy. And in between that happiness, there's going to be a lot of sorrow, a lot of bullshit, because that's what life is, mostly bullshit than anything. Actually, I heard a quote. Man, I'm kind of just tripping out here for a little bit. The quote is, life is 10% what happens to you, 90% of what... Life is 10% of what happens to you. 90% is how you react to it. And I think that is so true too. So... stay positive. The universe. Oh yeah, that's another thing man, I'm just everywhere today. The universe, I always say the universe loves me because I always look for the good things in life. I truly do. And I got a lot of good things. Okay, I'm done. That's 13 minutes. I'm done. Love you, sweetheart. Everybody else, love you too. Peace.